There's just a lot of stuff happening in the curl specialist world.
Girl, that I'm not gonna change.
Yes. I went to my braces appointment, sat there for 40 minutes just to have to reschedule my appointment. This is the day in the life of a business coach for beauty pros. Like, we would have to think about that too, because if that's where the demand is, we have to figure out a way to be more accessible over there. But then the other thing is, we're still relying on services, and we need to get back to a point of having some type of digital product or some type of like live training that you do like once every 2 months or something like that, because we don't need to just wait for clients to book. When you have a wealth of knowledge, we should be translating that into different ways and getting back out there in the virtual space to, increase your income.
I agree.
Even in this, it kind of sounds like you would be going back to like learning from another individual who had to learn on their own from experience and their own research, similar to like how you went to, but really, and you're waiting for that because it's not even available. So that's also not a waste of time, but we're stagnant in that time. But what it sounds like is we're not moving really because you're waiting for somebody else to provide education. But I feel like you have enough education. You're just waiting to understand how to fill in the gaps. That comes with experience and research, not necessarily another person telling you exactly what they did and exactly their experience. Because what are scientists? They're literally practicing what they know and they're applying it to a new scenario, and then they're learning and then they're practicing. And but that's what you do on a day-to-day basis. So you don't necessarily have to wait for somebody to teach you what they've already known and stuff like that. What seems like it's like unsettling, you're unsure about, like, what are those gaps specifically? Is it products? Is it hair theory? Is it hair science? And then how can we fill those gaps, like with you alone, until those other further education things are available. I really didn't wait for somebody to teach me. Like, I read The Science of Black Hair. I wrote so many blogs. Like, I made sure that I understood like really what is hair made up of, really what does hair need. But that was all like Googling and reading articles and like reading other people's blogs and finding like people who are like hair scientists and reading like their work. I think you just got to get in the lab and do it yourself, though, because it really does sound like you're waiting for somebody to teach you again.
I agree.
If I felt like you were not as experienced or knowledgeable, I wouldn't be saying this. I would be like, you need a mentor, like a hairstylist mentor, but you really are. I'm just giving you words of encouragement to kind of take the reins yourself, and like let's use that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just hopped off of a call with one of my mentees. So I have clients, VIP coaching clients, and then I have mentees that are a part of my monthly mentorship. So they pay like a subscription fee, and we have 2 calls a month, and they have Voxer support. If you don't know what that is, it's an app where you can message back and forth, whether it's text or a voice message. So we've been working together for quite a while. Honestly, I've coached her since like 2000, since 2021. But it's been off and on. So now she's back on a mentee level because she's basically doing some rebranding, but she's also building her clientele newly. So different types of services than before. And also she's a curl specialist. So there's just a lot of stuff happening in the curl specialist world. So a lot of them are coming to me for rebranding and new structure and things like that. So that was a snippet of that. I love mentoring. And it is different than coaching, because mentoring is like I'm really listening, I'm advising, I'm giving you guidance, I'm giving you like words of wisdom from my own experience, from what I can just from my experience and from hindsight. Coaching is very like, okay, we have a time frame, this is our goal, this is our particular thing that we're focused on, and every time we get on the call we have like these particular things that we need to do, we have due dates, things like that. In my mentorship, I give them homework, but it is way more lax, because if they just didn't complete the last time, then we're still stuck on that. Or if they're just like having all these mental mind blocks, then honestly, I focus on that, because if you are not mentally there, it's much harder for you to actually get the stuff done. So it is a lot of, like I said, listening and giving advice. So I have one more call today, and this one is she is, I don't know if I want to call them students, but I came out with a program called Create the Mold. I am now about to call it Booked and Balanced, though. So a little bit rebranding there. But this is basically me teaching my refined approach to building up your clientele. So attracting, retaining, having real systems and structure in place, email marketing, content marketing, having like tracking systems for inventory for new clients, having a CEO day so that you make sure that you get all your admin tasks out the way. Only for 3 months, so it's not a subscription. After that, they can continue if they want, but yeah, they do my whole list of new structure to build and retain clients, and to create a new structure. I said structure twice. And to create a new foundation within 3 months. So that's that. Sunday, today is Tuesday. Sunday, I did a webinar, and I usually do not do webinars on Sundays, but I was just like, let's see. So I did a webinar on Sunday, and it was called Strategy to Sleep Coins. Honestly, it's something that I put on rinse and repeat. I do minor tweaks, but it is position yourself as an expert. Prepare yourself for creating digital products, translating your knowledge, your skill, your expertise, and everything into something digital, something virtual, so that you can earn sleep coins, is what I call it, through evergreen products. Something that you create one time and you can sell over and over again. So the Strategy to Sleep Coins is a webinar that I created from an actual course that I still have and offer in my Beauty Pro to CEO community. And yeah, it was like just 90 minutes of me explaining, like, okay, this is all that goes into preparing to pivot into digital products. These are all the things, these digital marketers are saying that is not true. Like, you don't have to have a niche, you don't have to have an audience, you don't really have to post much. Lies. You need all that if you're going to be selling digital products. Yeah, so I hosted that on Sunday. It went really well. Yesterday, I had a client. I had to go to my braces appointment. Child, I went to my braces appointment, sat there for 40 minutes just to have to reschedule my appointment. They're all over the place. At this point, I'm just here because I want my braces off. It's been 3 years. These are supposed to be my last two appointments, so I'm just trying to thug it out. Yeah, I didn't even have my appointment yesterday. But besides that, yesterday I also had one client who is also a part of Create the Mold. And then I ended the day with going live in my Beauty Pro to CEO private community. So I didn't host it. I often have people come in and host things that like they have down pat, their specialty or whatever. So a nail tech that I have coached before, twice or maybe 3 times. Um, I've coached her through, creating systems for her nail business, through having a little bit more structure through her jewelry business because she sells jewelry to complement her nails. It's really dope. And then I've also coached her recently in becoming a coach. So she has become a business strategist. We worked together for 3 months to create her systems and her framework and her pivot. So she was the one who actually hosted the live in my private community yesterday. And it was all about having a dazzling piece for your clients so that they get excited to come back. They love their experience, and, they're always referring people to you. It went so well. I was so happy. I was like, girl, yes, because this was her first time actually presenting the thing that we had worked on. When we were working together, we created a freebie, we created a workbook, we created her coaching offer, like one-off calls and an actual coaching program. So this was her first time coming out with a live presentation to cover like her signature offer, which is your dazzling piece, finding that. So proud of her. And the members of Beauty Pro to CEO, they were definitely engaging. They were in there talking about like what they offer that their clients love, because we do not gatekeep. So people was getting ideas from them. And then we had her name is Selena. We had her give people some examples of like, okay, you have that, so let's beef it up a little bit, let's elevate it a little bit. Or, you may not have something in place right now, so here are a couple of ideas for you to dazzle your clients. So it was really dope. Anyway, I have one more call today, and then after that I'm posting, and then I'm relaxing. This is the day in the life of a business coach for beauty pros.
Girl, that A lot's gotta change.
Yes. But I love starting with financial awareness. It can be a little stressful, but after this, like when you know better, you do better. Especially when you have someone in your ear like, no, we need to change this up, keep personal and business bills separate, and we need to have a budget. Because if you are paying yourself but still spending some money from the business account, then that means however much you're paying yourself is not enough, or that means because you see the money coming in on the business side, you feel like, oh, I could just go buy more products. I could just
Well,
buy more.
yeah, I just feel like no, because I see the business always on a positive, so I'm always thinking like, oh no, then we actually making money. So, but in actual fact, I'm actually overusing the money.
Yes, I know that we are translating from um, USD to what's your currency again?
So,
Okay. I like that though, and that's what I used to do. I used to stock up in December so that I can start Q1 with less expenses, less supplies, costs, tools. Like, so I'm glad that you did that because now, especially as we're like moving things around, creating new structure, you won't really see a lot of money coming out. You'll actually see you profiting more in the next couple of months because you
yeah,
restocked. So that's good. Okay, so I just got off my last call. It definitely ran over. My first call was supposed to be an hour, it was almost 2 hours. My second call was supposed to be 90 minutes, and it was 2 hours. So the only time I allow it to go over that is when I know I don't have a call like right after. But times when I'm like, oh no, we definitely need to keep this at however much time, I let them know ahead of time, like I have a call right after you. But other times I really don't mind. Those aren't really the types of boundaries I'm like a stickler for because I like for us to like really make sure we're all minds are clear. We all understand what we're doing. I am about to duplicate a service menu document that I've created for us to list out each individual service, the duration of each service, and the price of each service, and then compare it to what their new base hourly rate is saying their service price should be. So I already have that. I'm just going to duplicate what I have in terms of a document, and then I'm going to put it in her Google Drive folder that we share. Everybody that I work with, they either have a document that we share or they have a whole folder if it's like an ongoing thing that I'm working with them on. And then after that, I'm about to